A few miles up the road, our first patients are beginning to arrive. They've been asked to check in clean, on the very edge of withdrawal. But before they can get to the treatment, there's the documentation. For addicts who had their last fix the night before, things are beginning to get a little uncomfortable. Their progress onto the NET therapy can't come fast enough.
Well, my name's Robert Capley. Born and raised in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm actually here at inpatient treatment for the first time by choice to basically get off all these drugs. My drug of choice was heroin for the past 4 years. Started off as kind of a social thing, and it just got worse and worse, and it started to take over, and I don't want that anymore. At this current moment, before I came here, is definitely the worst it's ever been for me personally. This was kind of the last chance, last hope. So I'm pretty open. I mean, I just want to see kind of what it's about, and hopefully it works for me.
Kevin and Ross have at last finished their paperwork and are now free to move on to Chaplin. If the claims of NET are true, their lives are about to change.
NET claims to reduce the symptoms of withdrawal, claims to reduce or completely remove craving, to bring about a fairly rapid, safe and more comfortable detox process, and that then gives patients a choice.
We take away craving and we give back choice.
None of the patients have actually seen the NET device before, but they are all too sure of what awaits them if this strange little machine does not work as promised. With the pains of withdrawal already apparent and no rescue pharmacy in sight, the unstoppable approach of severe stomach cramps, diarrhea, and vomiting is suddenly all too real.
For someone who's using heroin, 2 or 3 days, they're going to be in full-blown withdrawal, with the kind of the heaviest of the withdrawal symptoms. And so people have things like vomiting, diarrhea, nausea, severe muscle cramping pain, hot, cold chills. So imagine the case, the worst case of the flu you've ever had. And I've heard people say, like, multiply by 1,000 or multiply by 1,000,000, and that's what that person is going through.
Back in Chaplin, Brandon and Robert have arrived.
My back's hurting pretty bad, so.
Okay.
It's time to fit the NET devices. But how exactly are they supposed to work?
Okay.
Each personal device is carefully loaded with the correct program for each individual patient and their drugs of addiction. Then the hair is shaved behind the ears, and 2 blunt electrodes are taped to hold them in place. The device is plugged in, and NET is activated. This is a self-operated system. Each patient controls the volume of low-pulse signal generated by the machine. With no drugs at all being offered or supplied, the promise is that each patient will have little or no withdrawals and will lose all their cravings within 5 to 10 days. Only Brandon remains disconnected. Testing shows that he has already consumed a variety of drugs before arriving at the trial, and these must be well out of his system before NET is applied. They plan to connect him tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, the others are left to sit it out, to see whether NET does actually work.
People die every single day because of this drug. People that I care about die every single day because of this drug. And if there's something that can help people be better, then I think we should look at it, and I think we should have conversations around it. But we also shouldn't present it as a cure, because so far, there's not a cure for addiction that we know of, right? But I think we have to be careful about overselling things as well, too. There's that balance of there needs to be proof and there needs to be good science.
The patients are now 4 hours into their new treatment.
I was in some major discomfort with my back and stuff when I first got here, and I could barely sit in the chair next to the desk. But now, now I'm good. I feel better. Normally, I would not be up and around walking. I would probably either be in bed tossing and turning, or I might be like pacing back and forth in a small area. But since I put this on, I mean, my lower back is pretty much diminished, and I mean, I just feel a whole lot better.